Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 75. 30,000 stocks for crypto trading on Ripple's XRP ledger, blockchain voting systems, and Binance ETP launches on a Swiss stock exchange. Now guys, thank you for tuning in on a Tuesday night. If you're catching this stream live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us your comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Hey, Willem James, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, no smoking. Anyways, let's move on to the news, right? First article that I have is this one, right? It says map cryptocurrency regulations around the world. I can tell you some of that information is wrong right off the bat. Now, I'll post this website. Link is in the description if you guys want to check it out after the stream. Good, excellent, man. It's good to hear that you're doing good. Anyways, like I was saying, this link is in the description if you want to check it out. I can tell you something, dude. It says Mexico, right? Crypto exchanges regulated, ICOs regulated, upcoming legislation, yes. Okay, if they're regulated, right, then that back here says country, Mexico, right? Cryptocurrency is legal, accepted as payment in some context. Exchanges, gray areas. First crypto exchange opened in mid-2019. Well, I mean, what is it? Is it legal or is it not, right? Up here it said regulated. Down here it says like the first one opened in mid-2019. That is BS. The first one opened a while back. It's Bitso, and it has at least been running for a while now. So this information, I can tell you off the bat, at least for Mexico, is wrong. And I do believe that if it's wrong for Mexico, it's probably also wrong for other countries. Now, I just wanted to point it out so that you know that you should not buy all the information that you find online. And you should do some critical thinking when you look at articles, particularly the news, right? Anyways, let's move on to the real article. This talks about blockchain voting systems and can democracy rely on them, right? Are they good? Are they bad? Well, there's some quotes here that I'm going to take from the article. It says the biggest unsolved issue with these types of vote is that in order for the vote to not be prone to manipulation, there has to be identity tied to the voters. Otherwise, some voters can get disproportionate amount of voting power by splitting their token among multiple addresses and voting with them, right? That is a valid point. Now, the very fact that the developer of the system cannot publicly prove that no vote was stolen, right, means that the whole idea of using blockchain is flawed. The killing feature of a blockchain for voting is publicity. In a correctly built system, anyone should be able to check that the results were calculated correctly. Again, another valid point. Now, the blockchain part worked well. The problem was that the identification part, right? Blockchain is great for voting. However, identification is a complicated problem. We should not use any electronic voting system unless we are sure that identification works correctly, right? This is regarding a platform that was launched. It's called VOATZ, VOATZ, right? In West Virginia's University of Michigan, right? Attempt to hack into West Virginia's blockchain-based voting system. Again, now the problem with blockchain voting is the front end, right? Application that manages the new data that is added to the blockchain. Blockchain technology does not stop someone from hacking the front end application and altering the data before it's added to the blockchain, right? That is a valid point. Now, for example, if a fraudster is able to impersonate a legitimate voter because maybe he stole the voter's credential, he can vote in place of the legitimate voter, and it has nothing to do with the blockchain, right? So again, there's some human error, right, that can happen. Now, it's highly possible to build foolproof systems, but given enough time and resources, everything and anything can be broken into. Electronic voting and blockchain voting has a lot of problems, but it holds some promise. And I do believe at some point in time, right, you are going to get your token for voting. You're going to be able to cast it anywhere. It's not going to be divisible, right? Like maybe it'll be like a Satoshi, right? That it cannot be any farther divided. That's it. So again, you grab it, you cast your vote, right, on your exchange or whatever you would be voting, and then data could probably be real time, right, as to who is really winning the election, and no miscounted votes, no votes getting lost, etc., right? Just instantaneously, like by the end of the day, 6 p.m. when the last urn closes, you could have all the data ready to be presented and announced who the winner is without any more doubt, right? So again, it could potentially be extremely beneficial. However, I do believe there's some kinks that do need to get worked around. So again, yeah, it could be a really good system for voting, right? Anyways, let's go look at the market. What is happening with the market today, man? It wasn't a pretty day, right? Market was going a little bit weird earlier. So let's look at total market cap. Waiting for this to load for a second. 5 people tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Yesterday, losing money flowing out of the cryptosphere, right? 2.62%. Right now, money also flowing in. It looks a little bit red. Now it looks green, I think. It still shows it in red here, but it's green, right? It says plus 0.0809. Anyways, yesterday closing at 213.87 billion. Right now, closing at 214.05. Yeah, that's sitting at 214.05 billion, right? Anyways, what is happening with Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin yesterday gaining a little bit of dominance, 0.15%. Right now, also gaining, or actually losing, but it looks green, 0.01%. Very little, sitting at 68.61 of market cap. 1 second. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this. Let's go look at the Bitcoin news. And then we'll go look at the Bitcoin chart, right? So when it comes to producing Bitcoin, China is the preeminent power in the world. The People's Republic of China boasts the largest mining companies and dominates the manufacturers of chips and other equipment used to mine Bitcoin. Like a US startup wants to change that with a bold plan to make Texas the global hub for Bitcoin mining. On Tuesday, San Francisco-based Layer 1 announced it has raised $50 million from billionaire Pierre Thiel and others to move forward with its plan, which includes running its own power substation and purchasing solar and wind energy produced in the plains of West Texas. Again, it's pretty cool that they're going for renewable energy, right? Especially since Bitcoin, like it was stated earlier, and in other articles and Twitter and everywhere else, consumes about 1% of the world's power. So again, that is a lot of power it consumes. So again, going with renewable resources like wind energy and solar energy will certainly make it more attractive for all those environmentalists out there, right? Anyways, according to co-founder Alex Legal, Layer 1 facility will consist of dozens of acres that lie 150 miles west of Midland, Texas, and rely on a proprietary new technology for cooling the chips used to mine Bitcoin. Layer 1 aspires to be the biggest Bitcoin miner in the world by controlling all aspects of the process, from chip manufacturing to electricity production to cooling. In the long term, the company plans to use its mining facilities as a base layer for larger cryptocurrency enterprises that will include financial services. I do believe it's pretty cool that they want to be like self-sufficient at some point in time, right? They produce their own energy, they have their own like manufacturing of chips, cooling, etc. Again, it looks really promising, right? So I hope they are able to like get this out there, make it work, and then make it profitable, right? I do believe it's gonna be game changer. If you produce your own energy, then you really don't have to consume anything from the grid, and again, it makes you a little bit more self-sufficient, and again, you're gonna be more competitive because you're gonna have a lot less expenses than your counterparts in China. However, you're probably gonna have a lot of costs up front, right? Halving it, yeah, we talked about that, man. It doesn't make sense if the price of Bitcoin does not go up, if the price of Bitcoin doesn't double, and I'm not sure how or what price it needs to get to for the miners to be profitable after the halving. I guess it will depend on where it's set up, the electricity costs they have, the operating expenses they incur. So again, that number is going to vary per miner, right? But yeah, if you put in solar, it might make sense. But however, the solar cost up front, it's a little bit high still. So again, you do have to make an investment, and it's going to take time to get repaid, right? So even with the halving, yeah, you still make profit, you'll make less. But yeah, let's hope it's good, man. I have faith in this, that could be potentially a very good project, beneficial, and change a lot of perspectives regarding Bitcoin and how it's mined. Now, in a funnier article, this happened today on stage. Tone Base, he was wearing this shirt that says "Where all Satoshi asterisk except for Craig Wright. He was asking for this shirt yesterday on Twitter. He got it. Here's Craig Wright, and he's just like looking at him dead serious. I do believe it's quite funny, right? Anyways, here's Charlie Lee saying, not to attend conference that invites fake Tochi. This guy is there, right? So he says, we're all Craig Wright except Satoshi. And here's the shirt with the zoom. I do believe it's quite hilarious that he was wearing that on stage, and just Craig Wright sitting there and being like, you know, I'm not even sure how he took it, man. I do want to see this video at some point in time. I want to know if he laughed about it or if he just like didn't like the idea at all, man. It's a little bit childish, yeah, but I think it's funny. Anyways, let's go on to Bitcoin. What is happening with Bitcoin? Red day today for Bitcoin, going down in price. What happened? Well, we kind of touched that 8,437 or somewhere close to the area. The height was 8,420, closing off $17 off, you know, and we're rejecting that higher price. Broke outside of that channel that we had traced, right, bearishly, making less positive momentum and sitting low on the other side at 38.80, 38.38. Again, is it good? Is it bad? It depends. Like I said, I'm bearish on Bitcoin until it breaks above the 200 MA. I mean, not saying like super negative on Bitcoin. I'm just saying I'm a little bit more cautious with it from where it's sitting at right now, right? It's not sitting in a position or in a place where I would feel comfortable taking a position in it, right? There are some small positions that you can take, maybe scalp a little bit, but other than that, I'm not going long on Bitcoin until it breaks above that 200 MA. So let's go into the 4 hours and see what happened, right? Or if we can see something developing. And this is all one negative island, right? Even though this, like, we called it out and it kind of played out, right? From here to here, you wouldn't have that bullish divergence, but from here to here, you're still going lower, and you could certainly still have that bullish divergence, right? All we do is just shift this to here, and shift this to here, right? And that's it, man. I liked it here because we kind of had, we didn't have it here, but we had that divergence playing out here and here, right? This was going flat, so it was like weak, and right now it's lower, so right now we don't have it. So again, to here, it made a lot more sense for it to play to the upside, right? Sorry, to here. And to here, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put it there, but if you want to look bullish on this, you could certainly say, well, this is my high, right? My high or low. This is still more or less that same, a little bit less high, right? But this is definitely lower, a little bit low, much lower. And you can go from here to here, right? And say, well, I'm going to anchor it to there. I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, be my guest. I wouldn't have anything against it. It could play. However, it already played out here. So, again, not too sure whether or not you would want to put it out here. I'm just laying it out for you guys to know that you could potentially trace it there, right? And say, look, man, from here to here, I don't want to consider this. This maybe wasn't the pump to the upside, right? It wasn't very strong. So, again, it could potentially be here and pump to the upside. And, yeah, that will be fine. Here, I like the fact that we also have the RSI that's playing a role. But like I said, just on the histogram and the price, if you don't like the RSI, you could certainly call it out there, right? And that'll be fine. That's it for Bitcoin on the 4 hours. Symbol at 20 MA. Volatility expanding on the Bollinger Bands from that impulse down that we had. And sitting at 37 on the RSI, which puts you on that sold scale, but not oversold. Now let's go into the 1 hour. Sitting below 20 MA with volatility a little bit more expanded on the Bollinger Bands. No signs of contraction yet, making less negative momentum. And sitting low on the RSI at 37.97, certainly again on that sold area. Stuff that can happen here, right? So you're going from high to less negative momentum to more negative momentum. Again, here you are congruent with the market. You don't have anything developing on the top side that would be bearish. Again, the only stuff that you kind of had, and it wasn't even that, right? It was from here. It's definitely higher than here. And this is lower than this. So again, you didn't have any bullish divergence for you to break down. There was some indecision right around that 20 MA. We broke to the downside. I was talking about this yesterday, I think. I wasn't sure how long we're going to stay in here. I said we were like moving sideways. Contraction of the Bollinger Bands, I think I called it. I'm not sure. We talked about a lot of this stuff on the stream, so I would have to go back and double check. Anyways, I think when we left the stream, we were somewhere around here, right above that 20 MA, sitting below that midline of the channel. We said, man, if we run to the upside, you know, we can touch this upper part, whatever. We talked about the price to the upside, right? Getting maybe to that 8,400. We said that this wasn't very bullish for sure. I remember that. Looking bearish, right, with that price action to the downside. Then we kind of broke down below that 20 MA, touched it a couple times, felt to break it, right? This candle kind of broke down, held that channel nicely, right? It wicked below it, but held on that channel. Next candle opening bullish, right? But reversing everything, man. And then that is weak, right? You closed almost at that 20 MA, and then the next candle, it just definitely tanked you, right? Indecision in the market, right? Like this, definitely the bears taking a beating on the bulls, right? Anyways, right now there's nothing developing right here. Impulse down, some sort of consolidation going on. Not really looking bearish or bullish. It just looks like a sideways movement, right? You could channel it sideways as well. So again, if you ignore this red line, right, you will be going from here to here, and then here. Let me get those touch points properly. There and there. Maybe slightly, very slightly down sloping. And again, not looking the best for Bitcoin right now. This could be one of those things like this, right? Impulse down, we kind of consolidate sideways, and then we impulse up again. Could certainly have something like that developing here. Maybe we could expect an impulse up. Maybe I'm not sure, you know. Not really seeing this picture too clear right now. So again, I would be a little bit more reserved on calling something out on Bitcoin right now. Again, being below that 200 MA on the daily, a little bit bearish on this. So again, I'm not sure if we're gonna play to the upside. We might hit that 20 MA and then get rejected. We might break above it. Right now, I'm not, like I said, not too clear on this. We still have this this bottom over here, right? Like 7,710 that we could certainly come down and touch. We have been channeling somewhere in this area, right? And right now we are still within this 8,437 and the 7,531, about $1,000 more or less, a little bit less than $1,000, but still within that area for sure, right? That is it for Bitcoin, though. I did say pay attention to Bitcoin because what it does is going to affect everyone else, and it did, man. I don't have an article for Ethereum, so I'm going to jump straight into the Ethereum chart. Price of Ethereum took a small dive, right? Ethereum on the daily. Yesterday, red candle, 0.98% down. Right now, red candle, 0.61% down. Sitting at 9.07 off market cap. Price of Ethereum at $179.42. Look, more or less looks like Bitcoin, right? Green, red, red. And looking very similar, right? Green, red, red. Again, with Ethereum, the only good thing is that you are still within that upsloping channel. You did not break down below it. And you are still sitting at that 20 MA right now. On the last candle, you kind of touched it, bounced back off it. Touched the bottom part of the channel, bounced back off it. And then, you know, you probably opened, touched that upper part of the channel, fell to break above it, broke down below. Right now, sitting at that 20 MA. That's okay, I guess. We still have the bottom of the channel. That could act as support. If we break it, then we'll come down and touch this mid part of the channel. Anyways, with Ethereum, we're getting some contraction of the Bollinger Bands, making less positive momentum and sitting neutral on the RSI at 47.38. So again, not much going on with Ethereum except that channel to the upside, right? I'm not sure if we could still consider this a kind of like a bear flag. Anyways, we are within this upsloping channel for now. Onto the 4 hours, right? We had that same movement that Bitcoin had. Indecision candles, right? Then break to the downside, and then right now, more or less doing something very similar. Still making negative momentum right now. This is lower than this, so again, no bearish divergence. This is slower, right, than here. So again, on Ethereum, from here to here, and this is still developing. So again, just take it with a grain of salt for right now. In here to here, you will be making bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. You don't have it on your RSI. On your RSI, you're unfortunately going lower, right? Slightly, maybe no, you're actually going lower. Here you're sitting at 40.25, and here you were sitting at 40.71. So again, slightly higher. You're not making that bearish divergence. That bullish divergence on Ethereum. On the 4 hours. So again, on the 4 hour potential, have the potential to run to the upside if Bitcoin lets you play, right? On the 1 hour, sitting below 20 MA, volatility expanded on the Bollinger Bands, right? We can see that we are recovering a little bit more than what Bitcoin recovered. Anyways, shorter term, right? I need to get rid of this. Maybe I'll move this a little bit up so I can see better, right? So lower low, more negative momentum. You're not doing anything here. That would be bullish divergence on the 1 hour, right? So maybe what we can do, or what can happen, right? This drops maybe to this low again. You don't get that much negative momentum. You develop that bullish divergence and then pump to the upside nicely. At least that's what I would believe could happen. Sitting low on the RSI at 38.79 again, sold. And you know, it kind of sucks that Bitcoin didn't let us play. This was a bear flag. We talked about it, right? Potential move to the downside. We moved to the downside. We hit a measure move of that channel, right, of that flag here, and then we ended up hitting that measure move of the full pull over here, right? And we actually broke a little bit farther below it. So again, we called this one out last night. This was around 11, and then this other one happened throughout the day today. So again, same thing that happened with Bitcoin, right? That indecision candle, right? Impulse down, then you impulse up, and then the next candle just dropping you down below. And, you know, that's it. Everyone's following the tune of Bitcoin right now. I think Ripple even looks the same. But we'll check it out once we get to Ripple. Anyways, let's go look at the Ripple news, man. There is this article that is pretty sweet. It says that CoinField is to make stocks such as Tesla and Apple tradable on the XRP ledger. They announced that today. Stocks and ETFs from over 25 global stock exchanges and fiat-backed stablecoins will be available for trading on top of the Ripple XRP ledger next year, right? Via a new platform called Sologenic, which is that was mentioned by CoinField CEO Bob Ras. It is an ecosystem merging traditional financial market asset and non-blockchain financial, so basically non-blockchain financial systems with cryptocurrency assets, right? They offer their customers the ability to tokenize any asset on demand, and users can tokenize over 30,000 stocks and ETFs. Again, that's going to give a lot of adoption to crypto, right? At least blockchain being used for this. It's going to bring a lot of use to the XRP ledger, which in turn could potentially at some point in time drive up adoption of XRP. Now, Tesla shares, for example, so CoinField uses its crypto, which is called Solo, which is an inverted S, right? Like a flipped S, like a mirror S, right? XRP to the moon. Hey, Benny, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, Solo, it's going to provide a bridge, crypto asset and stocks. It's going to provide a bridge between the crypto assets and stocks and ETFs. Solo is paired directly with fiat and used as collateral to settle transactions and third-party brokerage firms. Tesla shares, for example, would be converted to a tokenized stablecoin version of Tesla. So TSLA, the ticker would become TSLA, inverted S, and USD or US dollars will become USD inverted S. Now, the stablecoins will be traded against the XRP and Solo on CoinField Exchange, CoinField Exchange, and on the XRP Ledger decentralized exchange. Now, they offer the ability to tokenize any asset or fiat. A user from, say, Japan can tokenize fiat on top of the XRP Ledger, and they can move their funds almost instantly on the XRP blockchain. They are helping with the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies, and they want to get more users to invest in stock market. Again, this is probably going to bring a lot of people to CoinField, because CoinField, I use it, I have the platform, and it sucks, dude. I use it because they came out with this promo where if you signed up, you were going to get like 10 free bucks, right? So I said, hey, man, free money. So I went and signed up for them. You know what? They gave me the 10 bucks, and I tried to trade and buy something with them. Can't do it, man. They said it's not enough money, so you have to take positions higher than $10. So if you want to sell, or for some reason you got locked out, or you lost below that $10, you can't get out of your position. It's just kind of ridiculous, man, that they have a limit. I've tried to place orders a lot of times at different prices on different cryptos, and it's just $10, and you wouldn't let me place it there. So again, that's as far as I use them. I didn't like that experience, so those $10 are still sitting on their platform. They can go and do whatever they want with them, you know. And I'm probably not going to move them. I don't want to add money to their platform right now, because maybe if I added money there, the only thing I would do is convert it to XRP. And since I don't want to be there because they're locked, I might just move somewhere else. Anyways, that's probably going to be my use of CoinField. Anyways, the project has been 6 months in development, and CoinField partners include securities legal firms like Wetzewind and the founder of XRP Ledger Labs, an online banking firm cash flow. Now, it will launch on Q1 of 2020 with a public IEO. I'm not sure what exchange they're gonna launch their IEO on. So holders will then be able to trade their coins for Bitcoin and other assets. They'll also begin a crypto card so they can use the crypto assets as collateral and spend instantly anywhere in the world. That's what Ras said. Anyways, in Q2, Coinfield until later in the year will be able to trade securities on the platform. The exchange anticipates acquiring a securities brokerage license from Estonian regulator within 6 months. Let's wait and see how that plays out for them, right? Anyways, let's go look at Ripple. Ripple on the daily yesterday, losing a little bit, very little dominance, and that is pretty good. It's solid for Ripple that they're holding on a little bit better to their dominance. Losing 0.49% right now, gaining 0.52%, sitting at 5.85% off market cap. Pretty solid, like I said. Anyways, where's Ripple sitting at? 29 cents, almost on the dot, 29.002. So what is happening with Ripple, right? Well, we kind of talked about this, right? If we break below the flag, right? So we could potentially touch the other flag, touch the mid part of the channel, break down, you know, stuff like that. We talked about this all yesterday on the stream. We didn't get a measure move of that pull, but right now this candle being green, it's looking pretty good. Anyways, making less positive momentum, sitting high on the RSI at 60.15. Again, sitting much better than the rest of the coins, right? So Ripple, again, looking like a champ right now, even though it took that small dive that, you know, Bitcoin put on everyone else, that pressure, you know, still in that upsloping channel, still outside of these other downsloping channels. So again, looking pretty good. Let's go into the 4 hour. In the 4 hours, I'm going to move this a little bit sideways. There we go. Making a little bit of negative momentum, right? We're higher again. We're higher than here. We're making negative momentum with positive price action again. Not sure how good this is going to play out. If we pump up here again, we're probably not going to get really high. We're going to get divergence of sorts and then probably break down. Here to here, we didn't have that divergence, right? This was playing out. Maybe on the 1 hour we have it. I have this here for some reason, and that's probably why we broke down. We don't have it on the 4 hours. So again, looking solid right now, right? Facing some resistance on that mid part of the upsloping channel again, and we're probably gonna face resistance at that 236, which would be at where do we put this at? Like 29.152 maybe. I need to bring this a little bit closer for the for us all to look at. Anyways, like I said, sitting high on the RSI at 57.87. So again, very close to that bought area, but not yet bought. So it's pretty good, you know. Ripple looking stronger than the other coins right now. Right now, making positive momentum with red candles opposite of what we're seeing. Sitting above that 20 MA, which is good. Bollinger Band still a little bit expanded, so that's solid. And sitting at 49.84 on the RSI. Again, that puts you on that neutral zone. You can go upside or downside on the RSI. On that momentum, we got that cross. We did not get that usually nice green bars that we get. Anyways, when Bitcoin was playing, let's see what happens. Basically, Ripple just did this, right? Down, up, and then went back to where it was. Again, 1 second. I'm going to change this to the playlist over here. I like this playlist a little bit better. Oh, man, it's going to play freaking ads. 1 second. There we go. Nah, it still has ads. Screw it. Anyways, like I said, right? We are getting that above that 20 MA positive momentum still. Stuff I don't mind yet, right? We're lower on that high, right? Then we're back here definitely. Right now, when we start pumping, we're gonna probably make a hidden bearish divergence. That means price continuation. Again, price continuation can still mean that we go to the upside, even though it's bearish. Hidden divergence that we will develop, and we're probably also gonna have it on the RSI. Yeah. So again, we're looking good on Ripple. I'm not too worried about this yet. I'm gonna extend this channel a little bit more because we're still within that upsloping channel. So there we go. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Ripple looking good. The only thing I didn't like at some point in time is that this was starting to feel like a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. this high is much higher than this shoulder. So again, it wouldn't be a textbook head and shoulder pattern, but you know, it was certainly starting to look like it. With the neckline probably being somewhere around this midline of the channel, right? This would be like one shoulder, right? Then the head. I'll trace it out for you guys to be able to see it. Put the music back in. It will be looking like this, right? It's not like a textbook head and shoulder, like I said, but you know, some people could argue that it looks like it, right? There we go. Could be something like that. This is much higher than this though. So again, for a textbook head and shoulders, this high should be somewhere around this high. And then you would have it, but again, this would be the neckline. You kind of broke below it. You would expect to see a measure move from the head to the neck. We didn't get that, right? So again, it's not really like a head and shoulder. It just looks like one, slightly, right? So again, I just want to point that out. These started to develop today, right around 9 when we actually started to turn down here. Anyways, we are getting a nice reversal, nice impulses up again, starting to consolidate a little bit, right? Let's wait to see how Ripple keeps on playing out. Again, with swell coming in, like last year, I think within 2 weeks or 2 weeks prior to swell, the price of Ripple went from like 25 cents to like 50 cents, right? And a little bit higher when it hit the highest. I think it was like 60 some odd cents. Let's wait and see how it goes this year. I mean, certainly if it starts pumping like crazy like it did last year, I might just like close my position quickly, try to get some of that money out. Then once swell starts to happen, usually Ripple goes down. So again, you might be able to make some really nice money on that as the price of Ripple starts to reverse a little. Anyways, that's it for Ripple, man. I wish it looked a little bit better right now. Like I said, still within that uptrend, so not much we can do there. Still within that 27.911 and that 30 cent, right? I think this was lower yesterday. I think I might have moved it by accident. Sometimes I look at this on my cell phone, and then it's weird, and then it doesn't let me move this very well. But I think I might have this around the 29 cent somewhere area, right? I remember like talking about this and being like 29 cents, almost 30 cents, but not quite there. I had to look at yesterday's streams and see where this was sitting at. Anyways, I don't have news for Litecoin. I'm just gonna jump straight into the actual coin. Dominance. What is going on with the dominance, man? Yesterday losing dominance 1.57. Right now gaining a little bit, 0.64, sitting at 1.63% of market cap. Litecoin sitting at $54.91. Again, below that 20 MA. Started making a positive candle on the daily. That positive momentum dying out. Sitting low on the other side at 38.70. Yeah, 70. We broke out of this upsloping channel that we had. I'm gonna just extend it, right, in case we try to break back into it. We're using it as resistance right now, right? Starting to get that, contraction of the Bollinger Band, so we might get a violent move on a Litecoin sometime soon, maybe. On the 4 hours, we got some expansion from that move to the downside again, not recovering as nice as the rest. Right now, starting just to make that positive momentum, making less of that negative momentum. Sorry, trying to get some of that positive price action, and sitting low on your RSI at 36.80, which certainly puts you on that sold area, right? So again, are we doing something? Well, yeah, you are, right? So from here to here, you're going lower. From here to here, you're definitely going lower on that negative momentum. So you're making bullish divergence. You don't have it on the RSI, just on the MACD. So again, that is pretty good, I guess, for Litecoin, right? So we might get price action to that. The upside, it's starting to play out. Let's go into the 1 hour and see what's going on. Contraction of the 1 year band starting to happen, sitting below that 20 MA, failing to break above it. Again, this certainly puts us on that upsloping channel again. This could be a fake breakout of the channel, right? Making positive momentum and sitting at 43 on the RSI, which puts you on that neutral zone, but apparently you're heading towards that sold area again. Stuff that can play out, right? So from here to here, you're going lower, right? And then from here to here, making less negative momentum. So again, you're developing bullish divergence, right? It wasn't playing out quite nice. It started to pick up a little bit. However, facing resistance at that 20 MA, like I said, not looking very strong for Litecoin, man. I do hope that this divergence plays out to better price action to the upside. Maybe. let's go on to Binance news. So Binance confirmed the Binance Exchange Traded Product, or ETP as they're called, that would trade on the SIX exchange, right? SIX exchange from Tuesday, so starting today. Now the ETP comes via a partnership with Amun, a local Swiss startup that has already bought various ETPs to the market. Now the investment tool, which features physically backed contracts, is a first for Binance. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao basically commented that their partnership with Amun is launching in launching with the Binance Coin ETP will provide investors with a new and regulated asset class with a unique dimension to utility tokens, making them more accessible and reliable through a traditional financial infrastructure, right? Seems that a lot of the articles that we got today are trying to marry regular investment tools, right, with blockchain, right? In this case, ETPs with Binance. In Ripple's case, we're talking about like putting actual stocks on the blockchain, right? Make tokenize them. So again, interesting articles that we're covering, and it seems to be like a common theme for today. Anyways, that's the only article I have for Binance. Let's go look at the actual coin. Binance dominance yesterday gaining 3.08%. Right now losing 0.53%. Again, Binance gaining some really nice dominance. It might have bottomed against Bitcoin as well. Anyways, Binance sitting at $18.47. We were within this upsloping channel. We kind of broke it yesterday, and right now we're definitely outside of it. However, we finally got out of that large downsloping channel that we were in. That is pretty good. Happy with that. Making a little bit less positive momentum, right? Anyways, from here to here, you had that hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. Kind of broke down a little bit, starting to pump up again. And we were within this channel. Right now, you know, we are starting to get a little bit exhausted. Maybe we're making a less, a more neutral positive momentum. Let's call it a stagnation and positive momentum. Sorry, kind of slipped my mind there for a second. Anyway, sitting at 54.47 on the 39 on the RSI. Again, putting us on that neutral area. Let's go look at the 4 hour and see what's going on. Binance hitting that 20 MA, bouncing off it on the 4 hours. Are we doing something here, man? Yeah, you're going higher, going lower on your RSI. You're making bearish divergence, right? So from here to here. And from here to here, and from here to here, you're making bearish divergence. Not looking very good on the 4 hours. Price action to the downside, you did get it. It's playing out. You're bouncing off that 20 MA again. You're seeing that support. Is it gonna keep on dumping, man? That is a good question. I'm not sure right now. I would like for this to develop a little bit more because we kind of made a green candle. Right now, we're negating it. Potentially could still go down a little bit more on that 4 hour, right? Anyways, from here to here, going higher, making less negative momentum. Same thing would happen on the RSI. So you have like bearish divergence, right, from here to here, from here to here, and then you didn't break down, but you make again bearish divergence from here to here. So again, double bearish divergence on both oscillators, right? Potential price action to the downside. I do believe this might go down a little bit more still. That's it on the 1 hour. Let's go into, sorry, on the 4 hours. Let's go into the 1 hour and see what's going on. So from here to here, it will be going up, and from here to here, you're definitely going up. So you can say that you have some bullish divergence, right? Hidden bullish divergence. However, you're ignoring this island here that would put you here, and that will be higher to low to lower low, and then you're making less negative momentum to more negative momentum. So again, you're kind of going with the market. If you want it to look bullish, right? You can certainly look for this. I'm not sure that's gonna play out right now. But anyways, that's the only thing I have for this. High, higher, high. Again, you're going with the market. High, higher, high. You're going with the market. From here to here, right? From here to here again, and then from here to here, and from here to here, you would be developing bearish divergence. Again, price action to the downside. You are seeing it play out. Again, sitting below 20 MA right now, failing to break above it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4 times we've touched it and not gone above it. Not looking very bullish right now for Binance. Anyways, I think that's it, man. Do you guys want to look at certain coins? And then I'm feeling really off today. It's been a really, really tiring day. I got up really early. I had to go teach an English class today in the morning. Or actually teach a friend some English. And then I had to get to work, and it's been a really hectic day. So I'm really burned out right now. So if you want to look at something, do let me know. I'll certainly look at the chart. Yeah, more or less a slow day. But I'm feeling like really out of it, man. Today it's just like I'm like dead, man. I never take a nap, and I just like took like a 10-minute nap right after I got home from work, because I was just really feeling like completely out of it. Yeah, I'll look at ICX, man, and Seller. Yeah, sure, no problem, man. Let's do those two. Anyways, what is happening with ICX, right? Negative day yesterday, right? Bitcoin bringing everyone down. Failing to break above that 20 MA. Again, not looking very bullish, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4 days you've touched them, and of course, you're gonna reject it strongly because you have not been able to get above it. Like this, we could modify it to here and say that we are still making that kind of like triangle. Symmetrical triangle of sorts, and we have this more major falling wedge, if you want to call that, making less positive momentum, sitting low on the RSI at 39.39. Again, you know, right now it's shifting a little more down. Anyways, this you're sold right now, but borderline to neutral. Are you doing something on the daily, man? This top part, right? There's no divergence developing, so no bearish divergence from here to here. You kind of had it from here to here. I think that's why I have these trades. It was hidden bearish divergence that we had. I think it was the 4 hours. Anyways, I didn't say it, but here, obviously, you can see, right? Contraction of the Bollinger Bands, volatility leaving. Again, you might get an explosive movement sometime soon. So again, the movements might start to get a little bit more constricted around that 20 MA until we break to their side, right? So you've been addicted to crypto. Wait, let me see this. Sorry guys, I was listening. Here. It was slow. Sometimes you have to rest from crypto. It's so much energy running a stream. It is a stressful day in and day out. Yeah, due to crypto since December 25th, 2017. I'm exhausted too. Yeah, man. Look, I'm not tired from the stream, dude. It's just that today started extremely early for me, a lot earlier than usual. And by the time it was time to get out of work, man, I was like crashing. I had to like drink like coffee, and I don't drink coffee in the afternoon, and I couldn't even like I could feel my eyes shutting down, and it was an extremely heavy day at work today. Lots of thinking, lots of like negotiations going on. So again, really tiring. And by the time I got home, I was just like completely out of it, man. Like zero energy. So again, forgive me about that. I mean, I wish I was a little bit more up to it right now. I'm just like, as soon as the stream is done, I think I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube and then like crash completely, man. Like I said, next week I do have an event, mining convention. I'm not gonna be here. I might be intermittent on and off. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to live stream or live stream in the same setup that I have here. I'll try to figure out what I'll do for that live stream. I might just have like the article up and the window, and that's it, right? The logo, and I mean, you're probably not gonna be able to see me on camera. I'm not sure how good the audio is gonna be. I'm probably gonna be wearing my PS4 headset, so the mic is probably not gonna be the best as well. Yeah, it might not be the best for those, and if I'm not able to live stream, I'm probably gonna try to just like record something, even the news, or like maybe the news and the charts, and then I'll see how it goes from there, man. Like, I'm not sure how to stream. I need two different monitors, and when I travel, I'm just gonna have the desktop. I'm gonna try to plug it into a I guess I'm gonna try to plug it to the to the hotel's TV, or plug it to the hotel's like computer business center, right? The monitor, and try to see what I can do there. It's gonna be just like weird. Anyways, let's go into the 4 hours, man. What are we doing 4 hours? So you have right now, you're going from a higher to a low, right? Here we're going from here to here. you're kind of sort of making bullish divergence. So again, potential price action to the upside. These candles starting to demonstrate on the 4 hours. You would also have it on your RSI, right? You'll be going from here to here. So again, bullish divergence on 2 of the indicators, right? So potential price action to the upside, sitting below 20 MA, though that's the only thing I don't like, and expansion of the Bollinger Bands from this impulse to the downside. Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, man, we don't have that divergence, right? Actually, we're kind of going with the markets from this island to here, you know, making less, lower price and more negative momentum. Also from here to here, right, you're higher on your negative, right, on your lower price, right? So it's a low and then lower low. So again, nothing there. Also on your RSI, you will be the same. Sitting at 37.04 on the RSI. So you're sitting sold, but just floating there right now. Right, that's it. Making less negative momentum. We might get across of the MACD over the signal line. Usually when we get those, sometimes we get those spikes, right? We talked about them here. Look at the crossing, right? We got that spike. At the crossing here, we got this red spike right after. So again, here at the crossing, right, we got this green spike. Sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't. Right now we're developing a red candle right now. Probably I'm gonna undo this previous candle from what the looks of it. Has 10 minutes to go still. Let's see how this closes. And then, like I said, you might get a cross and then impulse up, right? That's it for seller. Sorry, for ICX. I'm gonna do seller now. Where do I have seller? Okay, so seller on the daily. I just noticed something on the 1 hour that I'm going to call out in a second. Seller on the daily, right? We had this divergence. I think we called it out at some other time frame. Or sorry, on the daily. So from here to here, from here to here, you're making hidden bearish divergence. So right now, this would be our symmetrical triangle that we're trading within. Again, we are still within that pattern, so not much going on there. Sitting above that 20 MA, which is good, making less positive momentum, and sitting neutral on the RSI at 47.14, with channeling happening in the Bollinger Bands, right? So not a lot of contraction, but certainly just moving sideways with that same expansion going on. Anyways, let's go at the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, right? We had that bearish divergence that we called out, price action to a downside. I'm not sure if we called this one out yesterday. I think we did. So we obviously broke down. We had this like hidden bullish divergence, potential price action to the upside. Yeah, we called this one out the other day, yesterday too. Sorry, this a couple days ago. I got confused with the dates. Anyways, we got price continuation to the upside, and then we kind of broke down. Anyways, from here to here, we're going lower. From here to here, we're going lower, so nothing there. And from here to here, we're going lower, so nothing to call here. Just regular price action movement within that structure of the triangle. Sitting at 40.63 on your RSI, which puts you on that borderline between neutral and sold. Let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, I could very quickly see that we might have created some bullish divergence, right? So from here to here. And I will take this one from here to here. So again, it might be too long for it to be real, let's say. And here you have, let's see this, where is it? 2 and 2. So here you're going flat on that negative action. Here you're going flat, so again, you're not doing anything there. However, you would have like medium bullish divergence against your RSI, right? This bottom is the same as this bottom. And then you here will be going slightly higher on your RSI. So again, where here you're going flat on your MACD, on your RSI, you're actually making that medium class B type 2 bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You got this small bump, not even touching that 20 MA. Volatility is open still. But again, not much going on with seller, man. That's it. That's it for seller. I have 8 minutes to go before the candle closes. I do want to see what Bitcoin does. So if you want to look at another coin, toss it up and I'll definitely check it out, man. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, man. So Ripple, yeah. Like I said, Ripple recovered better than anyone else, man. Sitting out at that 20 MA. Right, Bitcoin brought us down, and then Ripple recovered like quickly. And then Ethereum hasn't even made it out there yet. I think you see, Ethereum's still down here. It hasn't even made it up to here. And then Bitcoin would be the same, right? It hasn't even made it up to here. So Ripple, again, being a champ. Awesome, man. I'll look at XLM real quick. I just want to kill like 7 minutes so we can see how this hour closes, and then see how the next one starts. I don't like this chart for XLM. It has gapage. This one's a little bit better. So again, below that 20 MA, not necessarily the best looking, right? Kind of broke above that 20 MA, but slightly for one candle. Less negative momentum going on. From here, let's see, what is this? 31.64. 36.5. So again, from here to here, going slightly lower. Here, going slightly less negative momentum. So again, you would have slant, bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You got this small pump. You wouldn't have it, or maybe you do. Let's see, 37.69 and 37.70. So again, this is slightly lower, so you don't have it here on your RSI. So other than that, well, if you wanted to call something else, you could go from here to here, right, and then from here to here, and have that hidden bullish divergence. And from here to here, you know, you would also have that hidden bullish divergence. Price continuation, you got that small pump to the upside, like I said. Right now, you don't have anything developing here on the top part on the 1 hour that we can call out. You would just be down sloping, right? High, lower, low, lower, low, potential lower, low over here. And again, just regular price action movement. I'm not even gonna do the daily or the 4 hour right now for Litecoin. Or sorry, for Stellar. So again, moved here. I think this is from the 4 hours. I'm not gonna touch it too much because I might have just moved it from a closing to a wick. So again, 7 people tuned in. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Sorry that I'm feeling a little bit burned out today. You know, I really wish I was a little bit more upbeat and cheerful as usual, but right now I just like feel completely out of it. So you got 127 subs, dude. That kind of sucks. We gained a new sub today, and apparently we lost someone, man. Oh no. But yeah, anyways, it's looking all good. Yeah. So what else is happening? Trying to figure out what else I can talk about, man. I'm just like, yeah, pick a topic. You guys pick a topic, and I'll just talk about it for the next 5 minutes. I gotta rant about something so we can kill the clock. So let's see here, man. Yeah, that 20 man. I'm trying to figure out what else I can talk about here. See, we touched so in one of the exchanges. In this one, we kind of hit 30 cents here, right? Dot on 30 cents, and then we just started to break down. And a lot of people were saying like, man, we're gonna go to like 30 cents. We're gonna battle the 30 cents for like a while, and then next candle we like break down, right? And then I go on Twitter and said like, dude, we had bearish divergence. It was not gonna play out, man. You know, some people just like hype about stuff and they don't look at the charts, and that's fine. But I just find it funny that they go out and start like talking about stuff that they haven't charted or mapped. How to make money fast in crypto. Dude, there is no such thing as fast money. If you were lucky to buy in at Bitcoin at 8 cents in 2009, 2010, even 2011, it would have taken you until 2017 to hit that $19,000, right? And probably be like filthy rich or crazy rich. And then, you know, it's still 7 years. So again, yeah, maybe a lot of people would have gotten out at 1,000, at like 2,000, 3,000, right? And that's fine. People can get out whenever they want. So there is no such thing as get rich quick, bro. The only way to get rich is you keep on improving, you keep on learning, and you keep on like getting skills that you can market and sell for higher prices, right? That's it. You find a side hustle that owns one of those skills, and then maybe your side hustle becomes your main hustle, right? Your main work or your main job. And then with that free time that you got from like being able to quit your other job, then you can certainly keep on developing other skills, right? That will also be useful, right? And at some point in time, you'll be completely independent. You'll be your own boss, and you can like even like quote yourself at higher rates than competition, etc. Because your skills are so much valuable than what anyone else can offer. Anyways, the killer of dreams is the workplace. It's just like let's call it a blanket, right, of security that you know you're gonna have a paycheck next month and month to month. And then again, that kills the dream, right? Because you stop striving for stuff because you fall into that security, and then once it's no longer there, you're looking for another job, or you try to like maybe break free for a second, and then you kind of forget about it. Anyways, the only way to get out of that is to like make new skills and definitely risk it and not be working for paycheck to paycheck, right? You work harder when you have to like actually make ends meet and come with that money that you need than when you have a job, right? Because when you have a job, you become complacent, and when you don't have it, you actually go out and like really hustle and bust your ass off, because if you don't, you're not gonna have money to make the rent, you're not gonna have money to like feed yourself or your family or whatever. So definitely being out of a job certainly makes you work harder, and that working harder like makes you hone different skills. Anyways, you need to buy a Nano Ledger S. You're gonna FOMO holder, okay? You need it for long term. Yeah, I mean for long term too, with a part of my portfolio. The other one's for play money, right? For trading. You need to buy a Nano S Ledger. You store your ICX, forget about it for a few years. Yeah, I mean you could also just put it on a paper, on a cold wallet, right? Put it in, like print it out and then just fold it up and like don't lose it and store it somewhere, and that's it. You forget about it for a year, like a couple of years. Anyways, I'm not sure how good it'll be to like just have it on a ledger. Anyways, candle close. Let's go look at the market again. Where's Bitcoin at, man? It closed on that red candle, opening up with a new slightly red candle right here. It's just barely visible right now. It's starting to develop a little bit more of a body. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, it's still higher than anything else. So again, making less negative momentum. That's good. Nothing else going on for Bitcoin, right? We've talked about the moves, right? If we go to the downside, you guys know it. We haven't placed here 7,500. After that, you don't have anything until like 6,700, and below that, you know where we go, right? So I mean, we talked about this every stream. If you're here with us, you know where we're going. Still within this upsloping channel again, from here to here, right? Yeah, that's looking good. And then on the more major structure, right? We are still within this falling wedge. Just moving sideways more or less, right? So again, not much going on since yesterday. So we talked about lows. We talked about cold wallet. You have to research that. Yeah. Check it out, man. Cold wallets are not as expensive, or you don't even have to buy software for that, or hardware. If Bitcoin gets over 100K and you never bought any, not sure what you would do. Well, you'll just keep on living but have no Bitcoin. That will be it, man. There's not much you can do. Anyways, what is Ethereum doing? Well, still within that upsloping channel, touching that 20 MA again. Trying to, sorry, that's the daily. There we go. Do we have something, man? Yeah, we kind of had that divergence that we talked about, right? Going from this period to this period. It is way too far, right? From here to here. But from here to here, you would have that bullish divergence helping. Price action to the upside. You didn't get it that hard. Symbol at 20 MA. Anyways, new red candle developing as well. It's positive. Plus 0.03%. It just looks red right now for some reason. Within that upsloping channel still. Ripple. Your 45 would say otherwise. Yeah, that's not a good joke, bro. Don't joke with that stuff. That's sad. Anyways, red candle broken below at 20 MA for Ripple right now, making a negative. This is the new one, right? Yeah. Okay. So minus 13% right now. Minus 0.13%. Sorry. Making positive momentum, dude. I love this. Three red candles, 3 positive momentums, all negative. That's just crazy, right? Anyways, sitting neutral on their side, 48.71 still. So yeah, not much going on with the market, man, for sure. If I start speaking and it just sounds too low, let me know. I can always bring the mic a little bit closer in. I just don't feel like talking loud right now. Like I said, I'm just like trying to conserve whatever little energy I have right now. Anyways, Litecoin, man. Sorry, Litecoin doing the opposite, right? Making a green candle. 0.11% up right now. Still making positive momentum, that's fine. Stuff that Litecoin is gonna do very likely, try to get back above this channel because it broke below it on the previous candle, and right now it's gonna face resistance at that channel with 20 MA. So unless it's very strong, it's just probably gonna break down again. So that's it for Litecoin, man. It has to be a little bit stronger to like get up above this, and then I'm not sure if you're gonna get it. And on Binance, yeah, new red candle developing slightly, right? 0.15%. That's it, guys. I'm completely out of it right now. Stuff that I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna adjust this channel to there, and then to there, and that still makes sense, and that's fine for me for now. That's it. I'm out of it today. Really burned out, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked the stream. If you didn't, I'm sorry for you guys. That's it. That's all I can say. I hope you liked it though. Show crypto to your friends. If you don't want to show them the stream, show them another one where we are a little bit more upbeat. Anyways, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. William James. I'll see you later, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm completely beat today. Yeah. I'll talk to you all tomorrow, man. Yeah, it was a little bit fun, man, for sure. Definitely. I liked it. So, yeah. That's it. I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope tomorrow's a little bit more exciting day for crypto market. Anyways, until next time.
Esto es Hipnosis 2019.